Hey, welcome to Cruisin with JD. I'm Justin DeLaya. Today I am cruising the 2008 Mazda 3. Not 323, 3. You know, back in the 90s, it was called the Mazda 323, the Mazda 626, the Mazda 929. I want to find out why they do that. If you have the answer, please tell me, because I'm dying to know. But today I'm in the 2008 Mazda 3, and it's a very smooth ride. You know the song Smooth by Rob Thomas and Santana? It's like that, it's just smooth. Let's take it for a spin and let me explain to you why I say that. This car is just so smooth to drive. It is something else. This car is so smooth to drive. It feels like anyone can drive it. The clutch is just so. You ever jump in the car? You ever feel awkward about, because you got to get used to a new clutch. You've got to get used to a car. So basically, you get used to the way, because each clutch is different. Some clutches are hard, some clutches are soft. Some it's, you got to put the clutch all the way out to launch. You got to put the clutch only a tiny bit out to launch because the clutch needs to be adjusted. And I've jumped in this car. It was just so easy to use. The gears easily mesh in. This car is just designed. I believe this car is designed for anyone. Anyone who wants to drive a car, you can jump in and you can drive this car. You don't have to adjust to anything. It's very simple and universal to drive. That's my experience of this car, and it's just so, the word smooth just keeps coming out. It just feels so smooth. It has the power there, but you don't feel like using it. You feel like just taking your time. You feel like just, enjoying the ride. The steering's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's nice in the middle here. And I love the cars that are built around the 2008 era. Everything's all there, and especially with this Mazda 3, this is like a baseline model. I did my research, and this is only a 2-litre 4-cylinder, and you can go up to a 2.3-litre 6-speed. And this is only a 5-speed manual, and you've still got cruise control. Now I told my grandfather, this car has cruise control. He goes, manuals don't have cruise control, but they do. This thing, it was not like my Fiesta, how the cruise control came in as a customized feature of the car, and someone else has put it in. But this actually came with the car. It's actually here on the steering wheel, and you're able to press it on. You're able to set it all on the steering wheel. You're able to adjust your stereo's volume to, look at this. And the good thing about Mazda 3 is you actually got a great range of cars. You're not just like all the cars are coming out this way, and it's not like the Fiesta where you've just got your normal Fiestas and then you've got, the XR4 which stands out. You've got so many different options. You've got the diesel engine 2-litre, you've got the unleaded 2-litre engine, which is the car I'm driving today. You've got a 5-speed transmission, you've got a 6-speed transmission. You've got a different range for what you want. When you bought it brand new, you sort of, a lot of people be tired and go, look, I've got the baseline 5-speed manual and everything else, but also with the automatic transmission. But you find that if you're a sporty guy, you go a 2.3-litre, if you really got the money, the turbo, but you go a 2.3-litre with a 6-speed, and you have everything that you need. And I find this is just the baseline model, but you feel just so comfortable with it. You don't need anything else. I feel this car has everything. If you don't crave too much power, you just want a nice compatible ride, you can jump in this and you would enjoy it. That's what stands out to me. The clutch, the manual gearbox just stands out. It is fantastic. And everything else, it's not like that stands out and everything else is horrific, but everything else sort of is just closely behind. So like the gearbox, I give a 5 out of 5, or like a 10 out of 10. The speed, the takeoff, and everything else, I give like an 8 out of 10. And the styling, hasn't got leather seats, but the styling is just great. This is, you've got great features. You've got so many cup holders. You've got 4 cup holders. You're able to hold 4 cups of coffee in the car. Can you do that with your car? But the Mazda 323 didn't always have so many functions. In fact, when it first came out in 1977, it didn't have an air conditioner, didn't have a stereo. It only had a sluggish 1.4-litre rear-wheel drive little hatch, which eventually grew, and as the features came in, like air conditioning, stereo, it became more powerful, it became even better in handling, it became even better in comfort. It even came out with a V6 in the mid 1990s, although it only had a tiny touch more power to its 4-cylinder counterpart, so you might as well just kept the 4-cylinder and save money on fuel. But today, it is one of Australia's best-selling cars. Actually, it is the best-selling car in Australia, which is phenomenal, especially considering back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but the top-selling car was Ford Falcons and Holden Commodores. Mazda has dominated the market now for 40 years, and will continue to do so with this fantastic car. Anyways, back to the review. And this would lead me now, I would struggle to tell you, I'll give a car 8 out of 10. I struggled to give my own Fiesta an 8 out of 10. It was so great with acceleration, so great with handling performance, and you know that it is unique, it stood out. But then the other Fiestas can't compare to that score. This car, on the other hand, this is the bottom baseline. It's a comfortable drive, it has enough power to get you out of situations. The gearbox is just so comfortable that a learner could pick this up and go nuts with it. And I will give this car 8 out of 10. It's hard for me to find faults in it. It's hard for me to go, oh, this is wrong with it, that is wrong with it. The only thing I'd say that people will be annoyed about is it's going to be harder to park compared to a hatch. Other than that, and I've also looked online as well for complaints to be able to say, oh yeah, people are complaining about this, that and the other. But the reviews are just outstanding. You're going between 7.5 and a 9. Or to put that in the stars comparison, a 3.5 to a 4, to a, like a near 4, like a 4.5. So basically, this car has positive reviews. It's not like the Holden Barina where it is you either love it or hate it. You might get the right car, you might get it wrong. Every time you buy a Mazda, you're guaranteed to buy a good car. And I have the confidence in saying, buy a Mazda. I would recommend, if I hear someone who's not a Ford man, not a Holden man, who's looking for an average car that is good on fuel, and this is good on fuel, the 5-speed, it revs similar to the Fiesta. That's what will give it down a bit, and the 6-speed manual I'll probably give a better score. But I have a feeling this car is, if you just need an economical little car that has a sporting edge, but at the same time is sleek and up there with great interior and great, you've got all the comforts, go with the Mazda 3. I always hear Mazda, Toyotas are a good car, but a Mazda is a very close second, I've got to say. Well, that's it for Cruisin with JD. I'm going to continue driving this fantastic car for as long as I can until my friend makes me hand it back, because this is just a sensational ride. Well guys, subscribe to our Facebook page, YouTube channel, Positive Dynamite. You will not be disappointed, as we've got more cars to drive coming very soon.